Hey, and welcome to today's lesson on the Charleston rhythm. Now this is something every jazz guitar player needs in their comping, their rhythm toolkit. But firstly, if you've not learned how to do basic swing rhythm, that's where I would start. And that was my last video, so check the description for a link to that. The PDF from today is available on my website. Just check the description for a link to that. There's also a link to my Patreon page there, so please check that out for more information about that. Now, I'm going to show you the basic way to play the Charleston and a couple cool variations. So let's get onto it. Now we need a context for this, and the standard of the month on my Patreon page is all of me. So let's just use the first 4 bars of that. So 2 bars of C6 to 2 bars of E7. So we're just going to stick with that. So we've got 2 bars of each chord. So here's option 1 on the screen for you. Now if you look here, there's 2 strikes in each bar. We're playing on 1 and the end of 2. Now the dot against that rhythm notation, the first strum there, makes that a 1.5 beat note. So it's going to last for 1 and 2, and then the second strum's going to come in on the and of 2. So it's going to go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and then we're silent on beats 3 and 4. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. It gets the metronome, I'll clap it. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. So that was option 1, and we're going to just gradually change that. I actually think that way is better, say on a piano, where you sustain that first hit much more easily, and it probably sounds more natural on a piano than on a guitar. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that first example and we're going to shorten the first strum. We're going to shorten it by half a beat to start with. So we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 Let's try that with the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 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 3, 4. Let's recap what we've got so far. The first option, which was a long strum, 1.5 beats, which was 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 And the second option went 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 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 The difference being, on that first half of beat 2, we're silent, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Where I'm clicking my finger is where there's the daylight, the gap between the 2 strums, which makes it more rhythmic and more interesting. Now the next variation shortens it again, so both strums are a half a beat. So we're hitting in the same place, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, but that first drum's just going to last for half a beat, so the count is going to be very slowly. It would be 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Which gives us more space between the 2 strums. Let's try it with the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 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 3, 4. Before we mess with the rhythm a little bit, let me just play through those 3 examples one after another so you can hear where we started and where we've got to so far. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So obviously there's a lot of that dampening, that squeeze and release going on to make that rhythm punchy. So a neat thing you can do with the Charleston is if you move it half a beat to the right, you get a more funky, more interesting rhythm. So instead of playing on 1 and the and of 2, like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, we're going to play on the and of 1 and then on 3. So we're going to go 1 and 2, 3. 1 and 2, 3. So it just makes it more interesting, not coming in on the predictable 1. So slowly it would sound like this. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. We try it to the metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 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 And finally, let's take the earlier style rhythm with the one we just looked at and turn this into a 2-bar rhythm phrase. So the first bar is going to be the more traditional 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then the second bar, we're going to do that last rhythm we did, which comes in on the and of 1 and then on 3. So the 1 and 2, 3. If I put that together, you get this. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. And I think that sounds quite funky and quite interesting. The fact that second bar, it's, you know, slightly different to how you might expect it, and it's more rhythmic, more interesting. Against the metronome, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3. Now, I didn't write this down, but you could also flip that the other way around and go 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and. That could be fun also. Now the Charleston rhythm, the way I like to use it, I don't tend to do like a whole song with that rhythm all the way through. Might just use it either for the head or maybe for just one chorus, just for more interest and just to change things up and change the feel for a bit. As I said at the start of the video, if you haven't quite got down your swing rhythm first, then you really want to get that in order first, so I'll put that up on the screen for you. Just want to finish by saying thank you to my patrons who support this channel and make these videos possible. Do check the link to my Patreon page. There's 3 tiers available. The first one, you get access to the chord melody arrangements. The second one, you get a comping study and you get a chord tone outline, and then the top tier you get all of the above and you get the solos as well, so a beginner and intermediate solo. So tons of things to help you with your jazz guitar playing. But until next time, you take care.